My dear friends, good morning. I come before you as someone who feels weak. Maybe you feel strong today, or maybe it's the other way around. But no matter where we stand right now, whether in strength or in weakness, we are all the same before God, His beloved children. He does not love us less when we struggle. He does not turn away when we are tired. Instead, He draws near. He lifts us up when the road is steep and uncertain. And so today, I gently invite you to join me in prayer. Let us offer this day to the Lord, trusting that His strength will carry us, and that His love will sustain us every step of the way. Before you move, before you speak, before the noise of the world rises again, I want you to pause. Let your shoulders soften, let your breathing settle, and simply be here. This moment is sacred, not because everything is perfect, but because you are choosing to begin your day with God. Before you carry your responsibilities, your to-do list, your burdens, your thoughts about what might go wrong or what needs to be fixed, I invite you to bring yourself fully into this space of prayer. You may feel tired, you may feel anxious, you may not even feel ready to pray, and that is okay. You are not here to perform. You are here to rest in the truth that the Lord, who created you, who loves you, is already with you. You are not alone. The strength you need today does not come from within your own effort. It comes from the one who never grows tired or weary. So before anything else, just whisper this simple prayer with me in your heart. Lord, I welcome you into this morning. I may not know what today holds, but I know you hold me. That's where strength begins, not in your ability to predict or control the day, but in your willingness to let God walk through it with you. So as you open your eyes and breathe again, know this: God sees you. Right now, right here, He sees your fears, your hopes, your limitations, your dreams. He is not waiting for a more polished version of you. He wants to meet you in your raw, real self. The one who has morning breath, a messy kitchen, a few things on your mind, and maybe even a broken heart. God draws near to the weary. That's what Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 promises. He renews the strength of those who hope in Him. So place your hope there, not in your plan, not in your mood, not in your strength, in Him. And as you do, strength will rise, not in a loud, dramatic way, but like the soft light of dawn that pushes back the darkness one ray at a time. You don't have to rush into the day. You can begin gently. You can begin with grace. You can begin with God. Maybe there are meetings ahead, deadlines to meet, people to care for, decisions to make. Maybe you're unsure about your next step. Maybe you're hurting quietly inside, pretending to be okay. I want you to know, you don't have to carry that alone. This morning, before you pick anything else up, I invite you to lay everything down before the Lord. Imagine placing your calendar in His hands, your phone, your burdens, your thoughts, your relationships, your questions, your guilt, your expectations, your energy. Let Him touch each part of your life. Let Him fill what's empty. Let Him strengthen what feels weak. Let Him calm what is restless. He is not far. He is not indifferent. He is near. He is here, and you are not alone. Begin your day knowing that your strength will not come from caffeine or compliments or achievement, but from the quiet, unshakable love of the one who created your soul. Whisper to yourself as many times as you need today, I am not alone. The Lord is my strength. The Lord is with me. And then, go forward, not because you feel powerful, but because you are held by the one who is. So before your hands reach for your phone, let your heart reach for heaven, not with fancy words or rehearsed lines, but with sincerity. Just say, Lord, I am here. I don't have much to give you this morning, but I give you me. This is not about doing more or being more. This is about beginning with surrender. Let the weight you feel remind you that you were never meant to carry life alone. When you feel tired before the day even starts, that's not weakness. That's your soul calling you to come back to your source. And your source is not your energy, not your motivation, not your productivity. Your source is the Lord. And when you begin with Him, even your slowest steps are blessed. Maybe yesterday wasn't what you hoped it would be. Maybe you spoke words you regret or missed a moment you wish you could have back. Bring that here too. Don't leave your yesterdays out of your prayer. Let your morning be a place of redemption, not just requests. God doesn't wait until you have a fresh start to walk with you. He is your fresh start. So whatever still lingers in your heart from yesterday, speak it. Let the Lord take it and breathe peace into the places where shame wants to settle. This is a new morning, not because the sun rose, but because mercy did. You woke up today not just with breath in your lungs, but grace over your life. So if you're feeling like you're already behind, already anxious, already worn out, breathe again. You are allowed to begin slowly. You are allowed to begin broken. You are allowed to begin unsure. What matters is that you begin with Him. And even that beginning is not something you have to do perfectly. It's something you allow. It's something you receive. So sit quietly a little longer. Don't rush to be strong. Be still enough to be strengthened. And if your mind starts to wander, if your thoughts feel noisy, if you struggle to focus, don't shame yourself. That's part of the prayer too. The Holy Spirit is not limited by your attention span. He meets you in the effort. He hears the heart underneath the chaos. So don't try to be perfect here. Just be honest. Be present. Be open. Whisper again if you need to. Lord, be my strength today. I'm not strong without you. I don't want to pretend I am. I need you in my words, in my steps, in the way I see myself and others. I need you to guide how I respond, how I think, how I carry myself through this day, this morning. Before anything else defines you, let it be this: you are a beloved child of God. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not left to fend for yourself. You are known, seen, loved, and empowered, not because of what you've done, but because of who He is. This is not the kind of strength the world gives, and it is not the kind of strength the world can take away. It is divine strength. It is daily manna. It is what lifts you when you fall and steadies you when you want to run. And it is available right now. So pause a moment longer. Let silence minister to you. Let this prayer be the place where you stop trying to be enough and start trusting the one who already is. You don't have to fear what's ahead because God walks before you. You don't have to carry everything because God is lifting you. And when you feel like you can't go any further, remember, you don't have to go alone. The one who promised to renew your strength will keep that promise today. Not because you earned it, but because you asked, because you trusted, because you began here, with Him. There will be mornings when your body wakes up, but your soul still feels asleep, when your feet hit the floor, but your spirit lingers behind, reluctant, hesitant, tired, not just tired from lack of sleep, but the kind of tired that comes from carrying unseen burdens too long, from caring too much and being understood too little, from trying to be strong for everyone else while silently asking who will be strong for you. If this is one of those mornings, let me tell you gently, you are not broken, you are not failing, you are not alone, you are human, and you are being invited to rise not by your own strength, but by the strength of the one who never grows weary. He does not demand you to soar on your own. He promises that you will rise when you hope in Him. The verse does not say you might rise. It says you will. So even if your wings feel tattered from yesterday's storms, even if you feel like you're flapping through thick fog, even if you feel too weak to lift your head, this is the promise you get to stand on today. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Not maybe, not sometimes, but will. It's not about you being enough. It's about Him being enough in you. So even if your only act of hope this morning is whispering a quiet, help, it is more than enough to move the heart of God. He does not wait for you to become strong to meet you. He becomes your strength in the middle of your weakness. You do not need to wait until your mind is clear or your plans are perfect or your emotions are settled. You can come exactly as you are, weary, foggy, heavy-hearted, unsure, because hope does not begin with certainty, it begins with surrender. It begins with handing God the weight you've tried to carry alone and saying, I can't do this in my own strength, but I believe you can carry me through, and He will. That's what He delights in. That's what He longs for. Not polished prayers, not fixed feelings, but honest hearts willing to say, Lord, I want to rise, but I can't do it without you. So breathe with me here. Feel the air filling your lungs. That is grace. That is life. That is another chance. You may not feel different yet. You may not have the answers you're seeking, but you are being held, and you are being lifted, even now, maybe not in loud, dramatic ways, maybe not in the kind of breakthroughs that go viral or sound impressive, but quietly, faithfully, tenderly, the way dawn overtakes night, the way spring breaks through frozen ground, the way love restores what fear tried to destroy. This is how you will rise, slowly, strongly, with a strength that is not your own. There will be moments today when you feel yourself falter again, a difficult conversation, an unexpected problem, a wave of emotion, a moment of doubt, and in those moments, I want you to remember this. The same God who is with you right now in this prayer will be with you there too. Strength is not the absence of weakness. Strength is the presence of God. So whether your tasks today are large or small, whether your heart feels light or heavy, whether you walk with confidence or trembling steps, remember, you are rising. Even with weary wings, even with questions unanswered, even with yesterday's wounds still healing, you are rising because you are hoping. And every time you choose hope over despair, trust over fear, grace over shame, you are living the promise of Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31. And it is working in you, even when you don't see it yet. So take this moment to say it out loud if you can, or in your heart if you cannot. Lord, I place my hope in you. I surrender my tired heart, my wandering thoughts, my unsure steps. I trust that you will renew my strength. I believe that even now, you are lifting me, you are carrying me, you are leading me, and you are not letting me go. Speak it again later when the day gets loud. Whisper it in the middle of your meeting. Hold onto it when you want to give up. Let this promise be the thread you follow through the day. I will rise. Because my hope is not in myself. My hope is in the Lord. And because of that, you will not just survive this day. You will move through it with strength that does not run out, with peace that does not break, with love that does not fail, and with wings that, though weary, will lift you higher than you imagined. Now that you've begun your day in stillness, now that you've remembered that you do not walk alone, it's time to step into the work that lies before you, not with pressure, but with presence. This day has been given to you as a sacred offering, and every task, every conversation, every moment carries the potential to become a prayer if you choose to bring it to the Lord. You may not think of your work as holy, but when you invite God into it, it becomes more than routine. It becomes a vessel through which grace can flow. So whatever is waiting on your list today, let's bring it before Him now. Say it with me in your heart. Lord, I give you this day. I give you every small and hidden thing, every meeting, every responsibility, every challenge, and every joy. Be my strength in all of it. You don't need to separate your spiritual life from your practical life. The emails you answer, the children you care for, the errands you run, the phone calls you make, they are all places where God wants to be invited. You don't need to be perfect in them. You need to be present in them, with Him. So before you begin your next task, ask Him, Lord, be my strength in this. If you're writing an important email, say it. If you're about to speak with someone difficult, whisper it. If you're driving through traffic or walking into a classroom or standing in a long line, breathe it again. Lord, be my strength, because you will get tired. You will feel pulled in too many directions. You will be tempted to rely on your own energy, your own quick thinking, your own plans. And when that happens, it's not a sign that you've failed, it's a reminder to return, to pause, to reach, and to remember that you were never meant to handle it all alone. Your strength is not measured by how much you do, but by how deeply you trust. So if your to-do list is long, don't panic, surrender. If your heart feels heavy about a conversation you know you need to have, don't avoid it. Invite God into it. If you're unsure how to make the right decision, don't rush. Ask for wisdom. Right now, pray with me. Lord, in my thoughts, be my clarity. In my speech, be my kindness. In my choices, be my discernment. In my work, be my endurance. In all things today, be my strength. There will be interruptions. There will be things that don't go as planned. There may be things that frustrate you or drain you. But you are not powerless in those moments. You are not alone in those moments. You are walking with the God who strengthens the weary and uplifts the humble. He will give you what you need. Not always ahead of time, but always on time. He gives grace as you go. So don't be afraid to begin. Don't be afraid to start small. Don't be afraid to fail. This day is not about perfection. It is about faithfulness. And faithfulness looks like showing up and trusting that God is already there. You may not feel strong enough to complete everything. That's okay. You don't need to be enough for everything. You need only to be faithful in the next right thing. And trust that God will be more than enough for the rest. The world may tell you to hustle, to prove, to conquer, but God calls you to abide, to trust, to walk humbly with Him. So let your ambition be to love well, to serve with joy, to listen with compassion, to work with integrity, and to rest in the knowledge that you are doing all of it with God beside you. As you move through your day, make this your rhythm. Before each task, pause and ask, Lord, be my strength. And after each task, no matter how it went, whisper, thank you, Lord, for being with me. This is how you stay connected. This is how you remain grounded. This is how you walk in strength, not in your own ability, but in your constant returning to the source of your life. You will get distracted, you will forget, you will try to push ahead on your own. But each time you remember, come back, say it again, Lord, in this too, be my strength, and you will be surprised by how much lighter the day feels when you're not carrying it alone. You will notice His fingerprints in the details. You will hear His whisper in the quiet moments. You will feel His grace meeting you in your weakness. This is the sacred rhythm of walking with God, not rushing, not striving, but trusting and inviting Him into every task. And as you do, you will find that even the smallest work becomes worship, even the ordinary becomes holy, and even your tired hands can build something eternal when strengthened by His love. There is a power in you today that you may not yet see. It is not loud, it is not forceful, it is not the kind of power the world measures with titles or control. But it is sacred, and it is real. It is the power to choose how you respond, to choose what you hold on to and what you release, to choose whether you live out of fear or faith, bitterness or mercy. You cannot always choose your circumstances, but you can choose your posture. And this morning, I want you to see that every choice you make today, no matter how small, can be a reflection of God's grace working in you. But you are not expected to make these choices alone. That is why we pray. That is why we pause. Because the strength to choose wisely, humbly, and lovingly must come from the Spirit, not from your effort. So today, before you walk into moments that require courage, patience, restraint, or love, I invite you to pray with me. Lord, be my strength in every choice. Help me choose peace over anger. Help me choose kindness when I feel offended. Help me choose truth even when it costs me. Help me choose compassion when I am tempted to judge. Help me choose to forgive, even when it still hurts. There will be opportunities today, maybe many, to either cling to your pride or to extend grace, to either carry resentment or to lay it down, to either rehearse the wound or to release it. And I know, forgiveness is not always easy. Sometimes it feels like letting someone off the hook. Sometimes it feels like betraying your pain. But forgiveness is not denial, it is surrender. It is placing the offense in God's hands and trusting Him to do what is just while you choose what is healing. So if you are carrying the weight of something someone said or did, if your heart is still bruised from old wounds or fresh ones, take a deep breath and bring that pain into this moment. Say it softly. Lord, this still hurts. I still feel it. I'm still angry, but I don't want to be held hostage by this any longer. I want to be free. I want to live today without this weight on my shoulders. Teach me to forgive, show me how, and if you're not ready yet, even that is something you can offer. You can say, Lord, I'm not ready, but I'm willing to be made willing. Because God never rushes healing. He walks with you through it. You don't have to pretend it doesn't hurt. You just have to be honest about it. And you don't need to fix your heart, you need to surrender it. He can do what you cannot. He can soften what's hardened. He can mend what's torn. He can take the ashes of your anger and turn them into peace. And He can give you the strength to forgive, not just once, but again and again, because sometimes forgiveness is not a moment, but a journey. You may also need to forgive yourself today. Maybe you've been hard on your own soul. Maybe you keep replaying the moment you said too much or not enough. Maybe shame whispers that you should have done better, known better, been better. If that's you, I want you to know, you are not beyond grace. You are not disqualified from mercy. You are not the exception to God's love. Say this now. Lord, I give you my guilt. I give you my regret. I give you my attempts to punish myself. I choose to believe that your grace is bigger than my failure. Help me to walk today as someone who is forgiven, not condemned. When you live in forgiveness, both given and received, you live free. You see others with softer eyes. You speak with gentler words. You respond with deeper compassion. Because forgiven people forgive, not because it's easy, but because they know what it's like to be lifted from the weight of debt they could never pay. That's what God has done for you. That's what He continues to do. And that's the strength He wants to pour into your heart today. The strength to walk through this world with open hands. Not clenched fists, the strength to walk into a hard conversation with humility, not hostility, the strength to choose grace even when the world tells you to seek revenge. This is your power today, to choose what is better, to choose what is life-giving, to choose what reflects the heart of the one who has never withheld mercy from you. And when you feel the old thoughts rising again, when you are tempted to slip back into resentment or shame or self-defense, come back to this prayer. Lord, be my strength. I cannot love on my own. I cannot let go on my own. I cannot choose what is holy without you. But with you, I can rise above what hurts. I can forgive what still aches. I can choose what brings peace. I can live like someone who has been loved by grace. You are not powerless. You are not stuck. You are not bound to yesterday. You are a child of God, called to freedom, filled with the Spirit, strengthened by love. So walk today as one who knows their power, not to dominate, but to heal, not to prove, but to bless, not to win, but to forgive, and let every choice you make today echo with this silent prayer. Lord, help me choose like you. Help me love like you. Help me live like I am yours. Before the sun rises too high, before the hours begin to blur together, I want you to remember something very simple but deeply true. This day will pass. The light will shift. The tasks will be done or left undone. The people you encounter will go their own way. The plans you made may unfold smoothly, or they may not, and eventually, the sky will darken, and you will feel your body slow down again. But what will last from this day is not how productive you were, not how many things you checked off your list, not even whether everything went according to plan. What will last is the grace you carried and the grace you gave. What will last is the presence of God you welcomed into every hour. So even now, before the middle of your day arrives, begin with the end in mind, not with dread, but with peace. Know that the same God who is with you this morning will still be with you when the light fades. You don't need to fear what the day may bring, because grace will outlast it. When evening comes, you may feel tired, you may feel like you didn't do enough. You may carry questions still unanswered, but the Lord does not measure your worth by your outcomes. He measures your faithfulness. He sees your heart. He honors your offering. So in all that you do today, do it with the knowledge that grace goes ahead of you, walks beside you, and waits for you at day's end. And even if you fail, even if you fall short, even if your strength runs out before the day is over, that is not the end of your story. It's just another invitation to lean on Him, to whisper again, "Lord, I need you," and to believe that He will carry you the rest of the way. You don't need to fear fatigue. You don't need to fear disappointment. You don't need to fear the weight of the world. You need only to rest in the promise that God's mercy is not just new in the morning, it is steady all day long. So pray with me now. Lord, give me the kind of strength that endures, not flashy, not loud, but quiet and steady. Give me the strength to continue when it gets hard, to breathe deeply when I feel overwhelmed, to pause when I feel scattered, and to lean on you when I feel like I can't take another step. You may not know what this afternoon holds. You may not know what news will come or what thoughts may rise. But you know who holds you, and because of that, you can live today with a different kind of confidence, not one that comes from certainty, but one that flows from trust. Trust that even if you are caught off guard, God never is. Trust that even if you don't finish what you hoped to, grace will meet you in your limits. Trust that even if others misunderstand you or disappoint you, God will not abandon you. And trust that even when the evening comes, and the world quiets down again, His love will not have diminished. His presence will not have faded. He will still be there, just as He is now. So begin to picture that evening in your mind, not to fear it, but to prepare for it. Imagine yourself looking back on the day, not with shame, but with peace, not because everything went well, but because you walked through it with God. Imagine ending your day the same way you began it, in His presence, in His strength, in His love. Let that image guide how you live this day. Let that hope carry you through hard conversations, small disappointments, unexpected interruptions. Let that awareness remind you that you are living a day that belongs to the Lord, and He wastes nothing. Not the quiet moments, not the busy ones, not the ones that feel ordinary. He uses it all to form you, to strengthen you, to love you into deeper wholeness. So don't rush through the day trying to reach evening. Don't strive to prove your worth through accomplishments. Don't measure your success by how much you do. Measure it by how much you loved, how much you listened, how much you trusted, how much you came back to God in the middle of the chaos. That's where your true strength is found, not in holding everything together, but in trusting the one who does. He will walk with you into every room. He will sit with you in every silence. He will remain with you even when others walk away. And when the day feels like too much, He will become your refuge. He will wrap you in peace and remind you that His grace is not running out. Not now, not tonight, not ever. So even if the evening finds you still with questions, still with wounds, still with weakness, remember that grace is not just something you started with, it is something you carry. And it will carry you. Say it again. Lord, be my strength not just in the beginning, but in the middle and the end. Be my strength when I feel like I have nothing left to give. Be my strength when the day takes more than I thought I had. Be my strength when I want to shut down, withdraw, escape, or give up. Be my strength all the way through. And when that evening comes, may you lie down not in fear but in peace, not in exhaustion alone, but in the holy tiredness of someone who loved well and trusted deeply. And may you remember, grace will greet you again tomorrow. But today, right now, in this very hour, it is still with you, still enough, still here, still holding you up, even now. May the Lord bless you today with peace and strength. I pray that your new day will be filled with His grace and goodness. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, so we can continue to lift up our prayers together and receive His blessings each day. Thank you for being here. May God be with you, and I'll see you again soon.